Hello guys. Apologies about this. There will be a break right here because I'm talking right now. But basically, I had to go and get some dinner. And during that time, I did talk to one of my subscribers, one of my good friends, Ferdinand, about the potential that we have here. The thing to consider here is the sheer amount of movement this actual Panzer Division has. If we go down here, I could easily pocket that. We could even head towards Bryansk if we wanted to. We could even head all the bloody way down here, should I ever wish to. Or we could, of course, take Vyazma. But I think the real objective here, I think the smartest move to make is to head towards the rail line here. The Red Army functions on rails just as we do, though obviously, it's a hell of a lot easier for them due to the fact that they have their rails already working for them. It's harder for us logistically, but they still function the rails. So what we can do here then is possibly, I don't know how easy it would be to set up, but we could head past the mouth of the River Dnieper and head ultimately towards Rezev. Now if we head towards the city over here, that is a great anchorage point. It's also a rail hub, somewhat of a rail hub. And ultimately, it prevents a easy retreat of these forces here. I mean, they still can retreat, but they have to head up here and then down here now, unless they go through Rezev. So that really extends the amount of time, the amount of travel time for them, as well as the cost of it. And ultimately, I think this is one of these war-winning moves. I know it sounds rather grand to say right now, but I think it is definitely a war-winning move in the long haul. Due to the fact that we will move over here. This is going to cause all of these forces here to relocate. That's going to allow this front to be open once more. We'll be able to push here. It's going to make the push on Leningrad easier. And I do think it's one of those moves that must be taken. I can move the cavalry over here as well, just to hold that open, potentially. It's a shame that our panzers do not have the same amount of movement in them. That one has taken some losses. Considerable losses. Okay. Yeah, fuel-wise, we're not looking exactly great. Okay. Now, I could hit them again, potentially, but I actually can't. Which is annoying, because there's no fuel. Okay. Right, the Großdeutschland. Oh, there's another tank division here. Wow. Good. Very good, actually. Okay, so that does actually open this up, so we can definitely make this into a true pocket. And that will trap. So we have a tank division, cavalry, three tank divisions, a second cavalry division, and then a motorized division. So that is a lot of power right there, and that's gone, or that could be gone. I would have to commit a panzer division to that task, but it could be done. When we have the airfields over here, I could even try to get this infantry division in here, which is a good point actually. Do we go for a solid lockdown, or do we go for something a little bit more open to get that infantry division as well? Possibilities are there, but I'd rather go for the short fire thing. Okay. So we'll use this division to open the road here. Right, punch through. Oh, they held, okay. That's not good. Right. Not much, but it'll open it up. It's the river, really, that made that difficult. Okay. God damn, what is this division made of? Very tough. Okay, we're not going to move these headquarters if I don't need to, so then we're not using all those extra vehicles. But the path is definitely looking good down here. I mean, if we were able to take out the forces just east of Gamel as well, that'd be huge. Would open the advance up to Bryansk. Okay. Now choices must be made. Only 1% fuel, goddamn. In fact, they're really light on the whole defense, actually. So if I was to move them there, that could potentially help us out. Just increases the amount of area here. Okay. I'm gonna have to move over here for safety. So that is gonna leave that division out in the cold, but there's not much I can do about it. In fact, there's 2 divisions out in the cold. Yeah, it's a shame, but if I'm gonna be moving this Großdeutschland division, motorized brigade, I need to be able to make sure my headquarters is not gonna get, like, scattered. Okay. If I moved as a brigade, I wouldn't be able to move that far. I think what we'll do is we use this, right. Yeah. Okay. That's the thing, this one really does not have much fuel, so I guess we are going to fly fuel out to this headquarters. I know I wasn't... Well, I'm going to have to move it a little bit further south, actually, to be able to do that. We were able to reach here, so if I move it potentially just here, then I might be able to fly some fuel out here. Yeah, I can. Okay. I'm going to select the Panzer Corps. I'm going to drop fuel. Okay, 32 tons of fuel. We did lose 2 of our transport planes, which is a shame. But the fact is we managed to get some fuel out here. Yeah, so we're now at 39 tons of fuel, which is a big, big difference there. And ultimately will pay off. The idea is going to be that we use this Panzer Division, break it up into the 3 brigades, and try to hold this here, trying to keep them pinned. I don't know if I should keep them close or move towards here. It does obviously open and widen the front up. It's mostly here that is the issue. So I might be better off just split into brigades and moving over here. I could even just potentially attack these forces and force them back. Let's see, if I was to break into a brigade... it's not right. Right, so if I broke into brigades... If I could control that, that'd be good. I can't. Well, I say that. I could with this force over here. That's true. Okay, let's pull off the move to the north. Now then. So we are going to attack here. Right. Now if I split you up, can't move anywhere. Oh dear. Well, that just made things a lot harder. I mean, I could still pull this off, but we're going to move in. Ugh. Really should not have done that. Okay. Let's use these forces. Maybe we can attack here. Only one force, okay? Yeah, not gonna do it. Okay, I've just bugged myself there. Well, not really. I can still do it. Let's see. Right, let's use what we have here and try and push that back. Okay. I mean, that has weakened us considerably. But... oh. Is there something in reserve? There is. God damn it. Okay. Of course, I forgot about this Panzer Division as well. Which is the 12th Corps. Oh dear. See, that cavalry can move all that way. Okay, split this up, see how far it can move. Can we split it up? Yes, we can. If I press the right button, that is. Right, now, I could move the cavalry there. Or do I go over here and try to push that back, which I think I shall. Right, it's 2 cavalry divisions, but we'll give it a go. Yep, there we go. So that means I could move back here, potentially, and hold that. Or do I move over there? Okay. So we know there's something in reserve. Ah, they do have that movement open. Right, we'll do that then. And that forms a solid wall over here. My god, the movement here is absolutely incredible. Let's see. Okay, they won't break. No. And if they'd have broken, I might have been able to pull off a complete encirclement this turn. I say might, it would have been practically impossible. In fact, it would have been impossible, really. Practically impossible due to the amount of forces there, and just having like a single division isn't going to do shit. Okay, let's pressure these forces, move them up. Need to put more pressure onto those men there. Increase the zone of control. Okay. I mean, this is ultimately it. I could cut both lines there. That is going to take us very far out. I think if we do head for the reserve, I think that would be the greatest choice to be made there. Can we assign some pioneers? We do have a pioneer battalion. Awesome. Right, there we go. We have the pioneers attached. Now, they could have the potential to take the city of reserve. But first, we'll move the guys that can't move as far, and then at least we know what we're working with. Spread this up into a... I can't break it up into a brigade, can I? But let's see. I mean, I could use this and... If I went over there... I'd be able to scatter all of these forces over here. Or if I go for the longer... It's one of those things, do I scatter that headquarters? Let's move here, then we'll split into brigades and see what we can do. Okay, now if I split into the brigades, that... Right, okay. So I could go there. So ultimately I need to hold that. So what we'll do then is with the cavalry is... move here. Then I can move there. Then I'll move this force over here. And... do we cut the line here, or do we cut the line there? I think we'll cut the line here. Mostico side is a town, near Dover. There's a little bit of fuel and supply there, so that's good news. But I could widen this. Which I will. Okay. Actually, let's try and push this away. They're gonna hold? Yep, okay. It's a shame. Ultimately, we did have 3 armoured fighter vehicles damaged by that, but well. Okay. Or do I come from the south? That's the thing, I have to cross that river. Right, let's put this together. As a full division, you could make it to Vyazma. Which... considering the, considering what's gone on, I think that is actually the wiser move there. Right. I don't know, well... It's one of those things, I have a lot that I want to do right now. Hmm. Let's move you there. Does that extend... Right, that does extend control. So that's more comfortable for me. So we do have that infantry division over there to worry about, which is... It is a worry. Let's move these forces here then. Yeah, I mean, this is just so much for this Panzer group to try and cover. They have so much in the way of opportunities. Right. And all of them are pretty valid. But we have committed to this one. I feel we should see what's at reserve. Right, you have the small amount of support here, actually. Do I issue them more howitzers? I don't know. Then again, let's consider this. So, the objective that we talked about cutting that rail line, that has been achieved, yes. Okay, so yes, that has been achieved. So, do I want to go over here instead then? My headquarters is quite far out, it would isolate those other units. So, do we do something else? We do have the potential to isolate those forces again in the north, in the following turn. Can't do it right now. So, speaking about this from a point of view of realpolitik, do we spread our forces out here and open up as much land as possible to begin the advance on Moscow? Because let's face it, we are in a position here where we could completely... I mean, what is there to stop us at the moment? Nothing at the moment. I mean, sure, the Russians will probably raise reserves to throw against us. Doing that would basically guarantee that pocket, or at least for the following turn. A completely bugger them. It would cut off the amount of supply that they would receive, but then again, I am leaving myself open here as I don't have any admin points. I mean, I could have some admin points if I made something static, but it's like, what the hell do I make static? There's nothing really to be made static. Yeah, there's really any point doing this. God, it does have a nice amount though. Should use that division actually. Yeah. Okay, we'll consider that later. Okay. So if I broke up into brigades, where could I move? Okay. I shouldn't be saying 0. But, right, let's commit to this. Once I do this, then... Okay, technically that's cut off now, but we'll make sure it holds. So move the Großdeutschland motorized division. It's going to suck because they're going to find it hard to gather the fuel, but I mean, this is just... yeah, I don't know if they'll even hold this, but I'm going to hope it does. Really hope it does. Right. How is it saying 0? That really shouldn't be saying, like, saying 0. Right. I should head this way. So let's move. Take Vyazma. Okay, Vyazma has fallen. So a little bit of supply there. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices here to be made due to the fact that I don't have the admin points. If I had the admin points, oh my god, it would have been amazing. But sadly, no. So I think what we'll do then is we'll head over here. Okay. Would I have the capability of driving them off and taking the city? Probably not. Probably not. I could actually cut those forces off there. Potentially. Okay, so those forces are now technically cut off as well. Yeah, we need to sort this out. Okay. So those are the supply planes. I should have them on the rails. Move over there. Collect those transport planes together because we're going to goddamn need them. Okay. Right, this security division be broken up. So let's get into Smolensk. And actually, screw it, while I actually have the opportunity, I might as well fill that gap. Which actually works out really well. I mean, they've not got really much in the way of security, well, like defensive power, but if that keeps that open, that's beautiful then. Okay. Should probably move over there then. Would make a lot more sense really, wouldn't it? Move to Orsha. Actually. Vitabusk. There we go. Okay, not the most perfect thing ever, but we've achieved a few objectives here. We've severed the rail line here. We've actually surrounded these forces. We've surrounded these forces. We've surrounded these forces. In the following turn, I have no idea what could happen here, but they will move. I can guarantee that they will move. So that leaves open the possibility of surrounding these forces a turn after, perhaps. And then, I mean, we have 2 panzer groups here. There's a hell of a lot of potential. There's so much potential concentrated. Right. These need to move. It's ridiculous having them all the way over here. I didn't think it'd take so long to do it, but hey, oh well. Okay. We'll have it moved up over here then. Can I have it assigned to a command? I can, awesome. Haha, that's really good actually, thank you. Yeah, this is such a mess, but I'm hoping it will hold. Okay. Moving on. Okay, now the strategic situation in the south is wildly different. So we'll start from the top. Right, let's force that tank division back across the river. I'll route it completely. That'll do. That'll do, pig. God damn. A lot of tank armies here. Well, a lot of tank divisions, I should say. Yep, shattered. Wow, that is a major, major army. That is the Southwestern Front Army Command. That is a huge, huge thing. Ah, cool. I can actually encircle these forces here. Awesome. Let's fill that gap. What do you have in terms of support? So you have gun, artillery, howitzer. Not much then. I could try to do. It's only 2 NKVD border regiments. Yeah, there we go. We got the city. Awesome. Oh my. Ho ho. And then we have the 54th Army. Nice bit of supply there. So if we can drive them back. Yep. Okay, we'll see what we can do here. Yep, that's that army out of the way. Yep, and that opens supply up there without me having to move, so that's good. That spares me vehicles. We have these forces trapped here now, which is good news. Okay. We'll have you take the shock there, hopefully drive them or not. King Giant River. Apparently they are really good defensive obstacles. Who'd have thought it? Right. So it seems like we're losing a hell of a lot of our firepower because of the river there. Okay, we're just going to have to move on by it then. Wow, 50 tons of fuel. 13... 0. Alright, just cross the river. Break that up. And there we go. Could move there and pressure those men. Or I could move down here. I think I should really have this Romanian armor attached to the panzers. Would make a hell of a lot more sense, wouldn't it? Okay, so I have these two infantry divisions. Let's use them to clear this up. Yep, the city's been taken. There we go. Tank division does that. I need to have more infantry out this way. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's huge. That really is. Yeah, I mean, they won't survive an attack there, but it's just to have their presence, in all honesty. Probably should have moved them, like, one hex back. Ah, well. We live and learn. We live and learn. Those remaining troops might not, but hey. Even there, they're still losing, so, eh. It's just to help keep this open. use the Romanian armor to push the security back. Let's see, what do we actually have here then? So we have some armored cars. There's a German. Or possibly Austrian. R2s, well, the German. R35s. So they're the light tanks. Are these the mediums? Light tanks, okay. Let's use it. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, so let's see. Yep, 10,000 off 2 million men. That's a lot of men. 1,871 armored fighter vehicles. That's a lot gone this turn. Yeah. Right, let's move everything else. Nice German infantry. There we go. Right, let's get this out of the way. Oh, that'll do it nicely. Actually, best result, really. Other than shattered. Right, build them back up. So I can move over there, distract all of that. Naval Infantry Brigade and Cavalry Division. This is a thing. If I move there, I technically do cut them off. But I don't know if we'd be able to hold it. I can't really go for a full attack. We'll move over here just to make sure we're safe. You have to move towards your headquarters, so yeah. Can't have it reassigned? Oh well. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Would that be enough? Probably not. Right, let's figure out what we have down here then. Oh, it's just that then. God damn it, really? Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. I think we keep on driving east. I think that's legitimately the only thing we can do, and I think still the best thing. We drive on east, we keep on pushing. We dive deeper into the abyss. Wow, those are Leningrad forces. All the goddamn way down here. I should take that city. No, these forces should stay over here. Right, let's just move here just so we're not going to lose the headquarters. Okay. See, there's a lot in there. from these forces down here, gather that fuel, ultimately cut off that city and those men. Push all of these airfields away. Yeah, so supply as well as fuel. There's a headquarters here too. Ah. I guess we'll just leave it there. I can't attack across the river then, okay. Okay, let's do that. Right, what do we have in this town? A little bit of supply. It's fuel they need. Okay. That didn't go so well. But we'll be able to do things. Let's see, can I actually... Ah. Ah, well. You guys knew what I meant. Move over there then. Oh shit. Actually. Whoopsie. Ah. Now go move up these important commands. Move these planes up. I mean, it's not that many of them, but there's a few actually. Just over 100. Actually, no, nearly 200 planes. That's a lot of planes, really. Do need them at the front. Right, there we go. Still can't believe we got this. Need to cover that rail path. Okay, I think we are pretty much good to go. I'll just keep them there. There's no point moving them that little bit closer. I'd rather keep the vehicles in place. Right, that needs to be sorted. Okay, so a lot has been done this turn. A lot has been done. We are nearing our objectives down here in the south. This is probably going to bite me in the ass. That division's going to more than likely become cut off, but we can always rectify the situation. And, yeah, this is a situation I'm really interested in. Leningrad may be open. We'll see. We'll have to see. Any reinforcements? Yep. These are the two static divisions. So... Bam bam bada bam bam bada bam bam bam. I think we'll have them really move towards Second Army. Or do we? No, Leningrad. Leningrad above all else. That is the ultimate objective in 1941 Leningrad. God damn, it's going to take a long time to move. Bloody hell. It shows you the true distance that they have just covered there. See, hell, finally. Actually, I guess we're gonna have to move them. There we go. Right, let's make sure all the other rails are within range. Nope. Good thing I checked. Really good thing I checked. Yeah. There's so much there that needs reorganizing, it's insane. Oh, you're good. Are you good? Yep, okay. So we are in fact good to go now. So we'll save it here. Right. Now. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best and plan for the worst. Let's take a look at this sheer amount of battles then. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. End of turn 9. There's a lot rested on this turn. There's a lot that's happened in this turn. Remarkably small amount of forces in the center there. Right, okay, so you can see here the Soviet vehicle pool. Right. I think this is how many they have and how many they need. Obviously, it's going to be easier for them considering they're in home territory and they have the rails everywhere. Right, they're pulling back. So Moscow is held. So it's not going to be easy cakewalk into Moscow. Not that I expect it to be. Yep, I thought these forces would pull back. Ooh. Yep, that's an army. Oh boy. Yeah, Kiev is going to fall. Well, the rest of Kiev is going to fall. Okay, that's fine. Oh no. Please God, let that hold in the north. That's a lot of men. Okay, this southern pocket is becoming quite difficult to deal with. Though I do like the fact that they've left themselves open over here. We might be able to come around and encircle them in a much better fashion than before, had they stayed put. So lots of interesting things going on. Turn is not yet over. Oh, you son of a bitch! God damn it, this pocket! Should have actually done that, shouldn't I? Oh well. Oh well. At least our force is still supplied. And we can close it. I really wish I could have closed that pocket this turn. But hey. Since the Soviets are beginning to counterattack a hell of a lot more. I mean, they are running out of room in places. Okay, turn is over. So, not the result I wanted around Smolensk. I was quite confident in that pocket. So I suppose that's the downfalls in it. When you're confident, that tends to be when it falls. But nonetheless, we have held. More or less all over. Only push back in a few places. We will still have some pockets in this following turn, so that's good news. Not quite the pocket I wanted at Smolensk, but still. Okay, so we did take some heavy losses. The Soviets are past 2 million losses now. Okay, air losses. Yep. Right. This is really a pain in the ass. I really should have made that... Oh, God damn it, they got out here as well. Okay, it seems like Soviet reinforcements have come about. At least the ones I just weren't aware of, really. But you can see here, it looks as though they've just completely fallen back. It might have been that they used their rail movement to get out. Right, okay. So those were the forces down here. They've now relocated over here. Oh, our ultimate objective is there, and oh my god, we weren't even cut off. That is awesome. Okay, that went really well. I mean, that could have gone really badly, but we can cut these forces off quite nicely. It's a rifle, 2 tank divisions, 3 tank divisions. Yeah, that'd be nice to cut off. So let's see, numbers. So Soviets have gained... not that many, actually. Not that many. What were they at, 3.8 before? Now they've gained 100,000. We can cut that off. Now let's see what we have as pockets. Okay, so we have that is 2 divisions. A Leningrad division. Cavalry do have 2 rifles and a coastal army headquarters. At least we got that though. I mean, that was worthwhile. That is pretty decent to have. So once we clear this, we'll be able to keep on pushing. We've got the forces here as well. And those forces. So not quite what I was hoping for. I wanted these Smolensk forces as well. But ultimately, we still come out of that reasonably well. I have fuel in these forces now, so that's decent enough. We are close to Leningrad. Sorry, close to Moscow. But let's do our reconnaissance then, and let's find out what's really going on. What we've really seen in shape of the Soviet front line. Okay, so now we have a more accurate picture. It seems like they have gained forces down here. But yep, they really have just completely abandoned this front line. And I can understand that. I mean, they were in a dangerous position, but this is what I was talking about. But the beautiful thing here is that this has really just saved us so much time. Because I can just push really far ahead now. Just universally ahead. This is the important one. Right, so what we need to do then is we can break through here, potentially break through here, head towards Novgorod. Then yeah, This is going to be difficult, but we do have a lot of power here. But the beautiful thing is that we do have the infantry to push up, which is lovely. Really, really lovely. And that's nowhere near as defensible as it once was, which is really rather nice. Or really rather rice, as I was almost saying. So we'll start then by moving these forces here. Coming close now to our line over here. There we go, capture that town or village. There we go. Okay, let's use these forces here then to destroy the Hanko garrison. Yep, there we go. Right, so there's Hanko taken. Not a huge amount there, but still, it denies them another port, which is good. And we have absolutely no resistance in Finland now. It's going to be a very interesting situation. Okay, so we gained the Panzer Corps. So that's good news. That is attached to Knife Army. But the fact is I do have another Panzer headquarters that I can really use now. So that's good. Very, very good. So, I mean, we are still in August. Let's try to find a map then. Okay. Let's see. Trying to find a decent map where we can actually see something nice. I wish I had, like... There really needs to be some kind of map, or like interactive map where you could actually see things like that. That'd be really nice. Okay. So this seems fairly cool. Whoops. So... yeah, we are ahead. So this is 22nd of June to 25th of August. Obviously, 25th of August will be around about here. So we're only about 4 days behind on this map. But we can see that we do have Vyazma, so we do have that city over here. So we are quite far ahead there. Obviously, they were fighting the swamp, and we just completely ignored that. We do have Gamel. We've had Gamel quite a while, actually. We are moving towards Bryansk. We're just about here, actually. So that's accurate on that part. Then we are behind in terms of that, but I mean, this is like a week before, so I mean, in reality, we are 4 days behind, but we're still yet to move, so we'll probably be able to do this, actually. Then this one was 26th of August to 5th of December. You can see not all that much movement there. Moscow over here. Yeah, Vyazma. Vyazma. Then we do have Zhukov's army here. Oh, Zhukov's command, then Moscow. Alright, so Rezov is here. Vyazma is here. So the moment we're around about this area, which is quite nice. Things are going fairly well. I need to clean up these forces here while I can. Clean them up. Have them wiped out in the following turn. From the shape of these forces here, they look like they are newly raised. Potentially. It's a good thing I didn't go all that deep, because then otherwise that Panzer Division would have been cut off completely. But yeah, this is the most important thing, the fact that these forces can move up now, and that's really quite powerful. That means I can link up with my forces here and establish a front line like that. Keep on pushing. We'll wipe out these forces here with infantry if we can. Oh, yeah, I should be able to use the infantry. Yeah. As these forces have to move up here anyway. So that's good news. We have 2 whole panzer groups in this area that we can try to move up. It's going to be difficult. It is not going to be easy, but it is going to be the right thing to do. So, thank you so very much, guys, for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. And I'd like to thank you all once again for watching. It has been a blast so far. I apologise about having the midway cut, but hey, at least this will be like a 2-hour-long episode. And before I go, I would like to thank my patrons for backing me on Patreon. It is a huge thing for me. It really does make a big difference, and that monthly income will allow me to keep on top of things. So at the moment, I have 7 patrons. They are awesome, and I wish I knew how to actually update this, because this was like, yeah, this was a long time ago. So, let's see. Can I see who my patrons are? And I can thank them here. I'm pretty shit at this. I will have to point that out. I do not know how to do this. Right. Okay, I have no idea how to do this, but thank you to my 7 patrons so far. You guys are awesome. And if there's any of you out there who do feel that I've earned your respect or your support, then please do become one of my patrons. It really does help me out a considerable deal. And I really dislike asking. I feel it's a rather dirty thing to ask. So honestly, only do it if you feel I've deserved it or if you have the capability to do so. So yes, thank you guys, and I hope to see you all again soon. Do let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'm also going to set up a Discord channel, so let's bring that up right now. So I am in the process of working on it. I am going to call it Von der Machine, so from the machine. And once I do get it set up, then we can have a series of channels here where we can discuss things on the channel, or we can play games. It would help for subscriber games. So I will talk about that one in the future. So until now, until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Stay classy, have a great day, or great night, whatever you are, whatever you're doing.